Good morning, Western Washington, and happy Tuesday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the forecast for the next week or so as weather starts to calm across the area with a major ridge building that will bring us calm conditions, probably some stagnant air, and an absence of storms. So as you can see on the satellite image this morning, it's very calm out there. You can see calm clouds across the Pacific Ocean and calm weather across most of Western Washington, Eastern Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, and then some atmospheric river activity over parts of California. And you can see that is where the storm track is going. So we really have a pretty calm pattern coming up here, but it has been 1 week since that bomb cyclone, and as you can see here, there are still about 2,000 customers out of power with Puget Sound Energy here. Most of that is over parts of the east side, and almost all the power has been restored. There are a couple of larger outages still, but most of these are just very small outages lingering from some of that tree damage. That was an incredible storm, just to put it lightly. And if you want to learn more about it, there's this great blog post by the Convergence Zone blog that's run by local meteorologist Joe Bombard-Zagrodnik, and he dives into the science here about why this storm was so strong over parts of the eastern suburbs of Seattle there, and that's due to mountain wave activity, and he explains this very well and goes into the science of it here in this blog post. Now I'll put a link to that in the description. It's really interesting to read that science to understand why the winds were so intense and why so much damage occurred. So check that out in the description below. So now let's take a look at the forecast. So it's looking here at the European model. This is 10 a.m. today, and you can see this troughing moving pretty quickly out of the region, and this ridging starts to build as we go through Wednesday and then into Thursday and Friday there. So Thanksgiving looks to be dry. And then you can see this ridging starts to strengthen even more as we go into the weekend and into starting December there on Sunday. And then if we want to go out even further here, we can take a look at the extended forecast on the Euro. And you can see the ridge just keeps getting stronger all the way through the first week of December. And it just stays parked over the region. If this were summer, we'd be having a major heat wave, but it's not summer, and a major heat wave is nowhere near what this is going to bring. It's just going to bring some stagnant air, dry conditions, and pretty much the same weather happening for a few days in a row. As you can see, we're going all the way out here to the end of the first week of December, which is probably going a little bit too far out in the extended forecast, but you get the picture that a big ridge is going to stay for a while. Taking a look at precipitation type here, you can see that the showers will linger across parts of the region for today, and then we're going to go through tomorrow. You can see some more areas of showers lingering, but then by the time we get to early on Thanksgiving, it dries out, and we're just going to stay dry all the way through this forecast. And see atmospheric river activity and some rain and snow, heavy at times into parts of British Columbia, but that doesn't even make it down to Vancouver or parts of Vancouver Island, and we stay dry all the way through the end of November and into the first few days of December there. So now let's take a look at what temperatures we're going to have over the next few days from the National Blended Models here. Today we're looking at highs in the mid to upper 40s across Western Washington. Similar thing on Wednesday. Thursday, Thanksgiving will be a little bit cooler with highs only reaching the mid-40s. Some places may remain in the low 40s. Then you can see Friday we start to warm back up a little bit to the mid to upper 40s. And Saturday looks to be the same thing, and Sunday. But as we get to Monday and Tuesday of next week, about a week from now, this ridging will be getting stronger, and it will allow temperatures to start to creep up a little bit there, with highs in the lowlands increasing into the low 50s. And that is also going to be reflected in the low temperatures increasing. So that's going to be one impact of this ridge, is it will bring above normal temperatures, but above normal temperatures in December and above normal temperatures in the summer are very different. So this is what above normal temperatures in December look like, highs reaching the low 50s. So taking a look at low temperatures here, you can see Wednesday morning lows likely in the mid-30s outside of the metro area and in the low 40s in the metro area. Thursday morning, we do start to cool down. We could be seeing some frost across the area with lows in the low to mid-30s across the entirety of Western Washington there. And a similar story there on Friday morning and Saturday morning. So we could have a few chilly mornings ahead with some frost across the area. And then Sunday morning also looks chilly there to start December there with more lows in the low to mid-30s. And then you can see We do start to change this a little bit as we get to next Tuesday. Those lows start to warm up, but we have a few days coming up of chilly morning lows with some frost possible, so be prepared for that and take in any plants if you have some sensitive plants outside that can't handle the frost. Now I just want to take a look at this 8 to 14 day temperature outlook for December 3rd to 9th. This is a pretty strong signal that there's going to be some large ridging that's going to continue off the Pacific Northwest coast and bring us much warmer than usual temperatures for December here. You can see a very high likelihood of above normal temperatures into about the first 9 days of December. And that is also reflected here in the precipitation outlook, where you can see we have a decent probability of below average precipitation, and that continues all the way down the west coast. But one piece of good news is that the U.S. seasonal drought outlook shows that all of western Washington is no longer in drought, and same thing for western Oregon and most of California, and that all these areas highlighted in green here, including most of eastern Washington and eastern Oregon and most of Idaho, have drought removal likely, as you can see on the legend here. So through the winter, it is likely that the entirety of Washington state will be drought-free, and that is great news to hear. So as always, you can follow me on all my social media accounts here. All of these kind of exploded with the bomb cyclone, and I've got a lot of new members, especially on Facebook and Blue Sky. I'll put a link to all of these into the description below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share these videos. It's the best way to help Western Washington weather grow. Stay tuned, and I'll talk to you all later.